Hello, my name is Kjell Hegstad, and I am the Chief Innovation Officer at Agile Trailblazers, and my nickname is the Digital Viking. As a quick intro, I was part of the team that built ING Direct, and while there, we won multiple design and innovation awards from Apple, Wall Street Journal, etc. And we were the fastest bank to 1 million mobile customers, so I got to co-ring the bell on the New York Stock Exchange. While at Capital One, I was the managing director of mobile and emerging tech and was a key stakeholder in helping guide Capital One towards their transformation journey. Okay, enough about me. Welcome to our 15-minute webinar where I will try to quote-unquote demystify digital transformation and break it down into building blocks. But in full transparency, this webinar is pre-recorded because it enables you to view it on demand versus having to pick a specific time during the day. First, let me set the stage. As a preview, the key blocks are people, processes, product, and innovation. We developed this model after having helped transform large enterprises such as ING Direct, Capital One, Urban Outfitters, Nemours Children's Hospital, and Anthem. So this is not an abstract thing for us. We have and are continuing to deliver transformation as we speak. Quick housekeeping. While in the webinar, feel free to send me an email by filling out type your question here and hit the send button. It'll go directly to me. I often get asked, what does digital transformation mean and why should I care? Well, I can think of a couple of things from an executive viewpoint. Did you know that since the year 2000, 52% of the Fortune-listed companies are gone, and it's primarily due to digital disruption? In the banking industry, branches are disappearing, banks are disappearing. And in the retail space, we have a complete apocalypse. This year, Macy's will close 100 stores. Between Sears and Kmart, another 100 stores, and the Limited will close 250 stores. So these are a couple of the reasons you should care. As you can see from this primary research scan from McKinsey, Dell, and Accenture, there is much debate about what drives successful transformation and what model should be applied. What are the building blocks? Well, everyone will be at a different stage on their journey. Amazon and the FANGs, Facebook, Apple, Netflix, Google, are all at a high level of transformation execution. Over the next few minutes, you will hopefully be able to pinpoint where on the journey you might be and assess whether or not you would like some help moving forward. Let's start. Strategy and visioning. These two go hand in hand. In order to approve a strategy, there is a need to know what true north looks like. Where do you want to go? How do you want to get there? Who should be doing it? How much do we invest? Without a vision and a plan to get there, overall digital transformation at your enterprise will more than likely not happen. Board-level prioritization of transformation is also needed to create the impetus for change and to fuel investments needed for leadership, culture, and change management, as this is needed to underpin and enable transformative business results. We at ATB can help scope, create, and shape a digital strategy in less than 3 months. People is the basic building block you need to prepare yourself for this journey. Our Agile training helps teams to learn and adapt to their roles in the Agile environment. ATB is one of the largest Agile certification companies in the market, and our certification courses focus on delivering business value fast. Ideally, the leadership team takes the first class to both get an understanding of the scope of the journey, as well as demonstrate leadership character, showing all the associates that, quote-unquote, everyone is willing to learn around here. Our typical engagement model for this block is for ATB to do a 3 weeks long readiness assessment. And in terms of scale, we've trained 10, 100, or over 1,000 people so we can ramp as quickly as you can. As an example, we recently completed DevOps training for over 1,200 people at the largest credit card provider in the US as part of guiding this large financial service organization to completely adopt Agile over a 3-year period and enabling them to hire top talent in the retail banking industry. And as a result, our clients are experiencing over 2x increase in FTE productivity. And regarding talent, you may also have to look outside your organization to help expand and build your talent pool. Now, let's assume that you've upgraded the skill set for your workforce across the enterprise and prepare them for the journey ahead. Process. Architecture is not just limited to IT architecture. How are your teams architected? How is your workflow architected? A state-of-the-art software factory should deliver code on demand. Today, a typical sprint demo is every 2 weeks per project, so the stakeholders can make adjustments to design and feature sets as close to real time as possible. As an analogy, since I like cooking, when a master chef creates a new dish or a recipe, the chef doesn't cook a whole meal and then taste it at the end. That is waterfall. The chef tastes as he or she is cooking, adding salt and pepper, spices, check the flavor, add ingredients every minute as the dish is getting prepared. That is how features and products should be built. This is Agile. I think you get the point. I think DevOps is a culture. It's a culture where work in progress is fast, good feedback loops build knowledge early, and the learning gained is quickly incorporated back into the overall system. It's a culture typified by high trust and a scientific learning mindset. It's supported by a tool chain of automation technologies, which are in turn enabled by teams with the right training and mindset to optimize them and support the business. The generic blocks of DevOps are collaborate, build, test, deploy, and run. As a desired outcome among our clients, after we are engaged with training and DevOps delivery, we see a 400% increase in software quality. These are not numbers from us, but from our clients. Besides the obvious cost savings of cloud conversion, another benefit is scalability, so that DevOps can be optimized. It enables your software factory to build, test, and release new code and updates at a frequent cadence. Our engagement model may be for us to do a 140-point assessment where we assess your technical debt, provide analysis of current system pain points and complexity, review your total cost of ownership, and help you establish a lean architecture governance model. As an example of modernization, we recently moved a fully integrated website for a large-size higher education company from legacy technology to the cloud, and in the process completely built out a highly responsive user-centric website that substantially enhanced student registration. As an outcome, how would you like to have 30-40% of capacity back and a 700% increase in throughput due to automation and modernization? Product. You have to ship. If you spend any time in Silicon Valley where I grew up, you will hear this frequently. When are we shipping? Product management can be hard enough, but when you scale beyond more than one product, PPM becomes critical in order to prioritize between multiple products, ensure resources are assigned to the right products, and that you have a pipeline of new ideas ready to grow. Prototyping. Do you have the environment, equipment, and talent to work on rapid prototyping and proof of concepts? Do you have a stream of them coming down the pipe? Are they tied to your business unit's strategic objectives? What are the gates to say stop or go? And pick the ones that will move forward towards MVP. Are you set up for agile release trains? Roadmaps. I believe road mapping is extremely important. It not only helps explain and communicate your vision, and it shows solid product management, but to me, it helps inspire people around you. Here are some questions for you. Does your team use dynamic road mapping tools? An executive roadmap briefing surely require a very different roadmap than a technical roadmap update or an update for legal compliance. As a tip, I believe a good habit is to start conceptualizing a roadmap as you develop a proof of concept. Are your product managers given the right tools to succeed? Are they involved in strategic planning, budgeting, funding? Are they collaborating on resource allocation? Who's running release management intake? The outcome of implementing a successful PPM model should be that you now have a clear alignment between business priorities and IT initiatives, and that the budgets are allocated towards value streams versus more monolithic type projects, and that you frequently prioritize the initiatives. I cannot emphasize enough the role of a great product and portfolio manager. Depending on scope and size of their role, they act as mini CEOs, working, recruiting, selling, resourcing, negotiating, updating across the whole enterprise. As an example of this building block, we at ATB just launched an industry-leading patient-focused healthcare mobile platform app designed to reduce emergency room visits for children with asthma, going from proof of concept to production in less than a year. With all the business and technology demand around machine learning and AI, are you set up for success? So let's say that you now have a great PPM model in place. Let's move towards innovation. Innovation. In order to create compelling new value propositions for customers, you need digital capabilities such as platform business models and the creative use of disruptive technologies. From one end of the spectrum, we have the infamous suggestion box all the way to multi-location innovation labs or knowledge centers. Where are you on that spectrum? I've personally helped build and run multi-million-dollar innovation lab, as well as an IKEA-type lower-cost innovation lab, all the way down to my TED Talk about how you can build your own personal $100 innovation kit. Is design thinking or human-centered design part of your product development philosophy? Is your culture collaborative? Embracing psychological safety and a fail-fast environment? Do you have a dedicated creative space? And what do you mean by 360-degree innovation? Well, stakeholders may not only be internal. Your compliance department, legal, finance, marketing, that's a given. But you have customers, whether it's B2C or B2B or both. You have a supply chain, business partners, your local community, perhaps your college. Are they involved in your innovation efforts? Should they be? It may be a great approach to increase your talent pool at a very low cost. Are you working with startups? Do you have a venture fund? Amazon is probably one of the best examples of how to nurture entrepreneurial projects internally. They do not rely only on expensive acquisitions like Whole Foods because they have a great process and internal environment for innovation to happen, regardless of technology and industry. For us, we have found that a good approach to prove agile and innovation is to identify a value stream, collaborate on prototyping, and build a rapid proof of concept, perhaps all the way through MVP. If you do not have your own innovation team, we can assist with building POCs around any technology. As a matter of fact, we built blockchain, AI, and mixed reality POCs in less than 60 days. To sum up design thinking and innovation, as the corporate world is more consumerized than ever in a bring-your-own-device world, I believe you should build great experiences, not just necessarily extra features because you can. Does digital transformation work? Well, MIT's recent study concludes that it does work, but it's clearly a journey and not a destination. Once you reach maturity across all the blocks, you will need to continue to innovate, but now this becomes second nature to your organization, so you can essentially incorporate next-gen skills, technologies, and capabilities extremely quickly. I want to thank you for your time. That was 15 minutes flat. I hope this was helpful and that you learned something, and let us know what building blocks you're most interested in, and we can schedule a live demo or 30-minute consult of any of the building blocks. Thank you.